Hello, it's January, it's July 11th, and I've literally, this is the second video I've made, and like the third time I've made that same mistake. But anyways, it's July 11th, and I just wanted to briefly touch base on Saturday's Descendant meeting. I've been tossing around how to, how to even update that. I mean, on the one hand, I could say, um, being very generic, I could say that productive meeting in the sense that about 15 or so people were able to come together, um, and a lot of ideas and thoughts and next steps came up. Um, there were, we did spend about an hour or so on one particular participant's, I don't know if that's all his feelings, but um, thoughts and stuff in regards to the process that's happening in general, and also his thoughts regarding the process of the meeting. But after that, it was pretty straightforward, kind of silent. And then the next thing we knew, it was like 4 p.m., and there were talks of, it sounds like we're going to need a next meeting. But no meeting date came out of that. But people will be in touch. I could give that, or I could, and kind of want to, because everything else seems, any other way seems very whack and kind of lame. But I went, as now a delegate of my own nation, to the whole UN African Burial Ground Symposium or whatever, knowing the personal interrelated histories of the groups, of myself, two different members that were there. But I went because I wanted to prove to myself that I could go somewhere, knowing that I might potentially be feeling uncomfortable because I'm around people that, it's like, why do I want to go around there? But I was telling myself that it was important, because if I say it's not personal, then those personal feelings should be able to sit aside, and I can come out and see what's out there happening. And I'm glad I went, because it felt like I got to see, it feels like I'm kind of still seeing the same type of stuff that I saw before. Maybe things are kind of different now, but like I said in the last video, and in the email that I sent to some, I really don't want to have to talk too much, nor do I want to have to keep talking about the same thing too many times. I just kind of want to do the work that's necessary. And although what had come up during the meeting were some phenomenal suggestions, and things to work on, to for me, to what I would say was out there already, was that this work was happening. There were members of Bedford Church Lot when we were coming together to form the coalition, who were doing things such as collating tasks not tasks, skills that people had, and wanting to put those with names and outreach, and put people into committees and things like that. That work was being done, because the person who was doing it was not black. It was as if it was like shit. And the person who was handling it wanted to, and did, relinquished it, and happily relinquished leadership on that role, because they were not there looking for clout, looking for, hey, I'm in charge. And so what happened to the dissidents that said that they were, there to do work? So for me, I guess I'm just thinking like not not all paths have to be taken at the same time. No tea, no shade. Do what you gotta do. Other groups, but there are some people who are saying some things in these groups, and the movements that they're doing are not matching up. And you're saying you want all voices. You're looking for that, but I mean, I can go on my phone and and then that's childish and silly. So I'll just say that I went to this meeting. There was a lot of talking. They wanted to move ahead. I got an email from Grow House saying what they're planning to do for the 15th, and I'll read that because I don't want to butcher it. But so that you all know what else is happening around the borough ground, because it's not my borough ground, it's not her borough ground, it's not any one person's borough ground. This is everyone's. So any information that I get about the borough ground, I'm forwarding it. So Grow House sent around 1 p.m. a missive, which is what their email says. In this missive, they touch base on the meeting that we had as well on Saturday, just to say that they had it. They defined what descendant community is, and they're letting us know that they'll be outside this time at the borough ground the 15th for our first community day of action and remembrance of the summer. They will also have their walking tour, and they will refresh the fence weavings and clean up the ground. Okay. So here, and there will also be a chance for you to meet our local center design team. More on that below. So rough agenda. 12 to 1 is cleaning up and fence refresh. 1 to 3 is a walk-in tour. 3 to 4 is a future visioning with local center design team. There's an event flight, but I have not been filming it. I just show up. If you can't make this one, we're holding space every third Saturday of the month. So now, about the local center. In a unique partnership with the Association for Neighborhood Housing and Development, Urban Design Forum has created the local center. The vision is to connect neighborhood leaders, designers, and government agencies to transform public space across New York City. As part of a cohort of 5 neighborhood organizations, we'll work to create a Black History and Heritage Corridor in Brooklyn that will connect the Flatbush African Burial Ground to other sites of cultural significance in Brooklyn and beyond. So we reviewed proposals from design teams this spring, and it wasn't easy to choose between all the amazing groups and individuals who applied. We still hope to engage all applicants in building this cultural and economic ecosystem in Black Utopia in Brooklyn. Inevitably, we could only choose one team, and are proud to announce that Creative Urban Alchemy and the team they've convened will build with us for the next 18 months. So, Ifeoma Ibo is the principal, I believe. Yep, is the founding principal. Cynthia Rivera, Mike Lenahan, Tay Carpenter, Jeffrey Schumacher, Alicia Ajayi, and Emmanuel Oni. So we've got some executive directors, urban designers, urban planners, people in a lot of the design studios, CEOs, exhibition managers, so people with who did the things and are doing the things out there. And Daquan Collier will serve as visual storyteller, documenting our project along with the other 4 neighborhood organizations as we work over the 18 months. So that's the email. I mean, I'm paraphrasing, but that was it. So that's July 15th, and sounds cool. I would say that I don't want to end the video without giving y'all 2 dates. So July 15th, Row House and Coalition are out there. Fence will be cleaning. And I will say that on July, I wasn't sure if I wanted to do it Friday or Saturday, but I guess maybe Saturday, since I try to do moving work. Anyway, so July 29th, if anyone's welcome, and it's not, you're welcome to come. I'll be doing some yard work, essentially. I've begun clearing out the space in the back. If I don't want to have to keep, emailing Rita Joseph's office or reaching out to community board, which the community board did say that they are definitely open. Oh yeah, I don't want to end the video without saying that the community board 14, 17. I can't speak for 17 or 9, but 14 is definitely open and wants to have communication, not just about who's on a task force, but in ways that they can help do things for the burial ground. I reached out and I asked, because I've been now to several things that happen in the community that regard the burial ground. I said, why is no one there from the task force officially or whatever? Like what's going on? And I got a response. And what? Oh, here. So the district manager, responded, and she let me know that she was away last week and only became aware of the meeting to happen on Saturday, 2 Saturdays ago, from a text message that someone sent her. There was no formal invitation or notification to the office, and that kind of keyed in, because I'm like, oh yeah, these aren't technically formal invitations that I've even gotten, or that they're just kind of like out there. But I mean, I'm like this. I'm like, oh yeah, I'm gonna be there, because but if they're a body and I'm going to meetings and people talk about how there's a way to approach, then I'm guessing, sending a text message. I don't know. I'm not. I don't know. I'm not the one. I can only say the way that I've approached, which has been to. I let them know stuff is happening, but I'm not the leader of these meetings that are happening. So it's not on me to. It's on you. And I think I just want to say it's on you. It's on us. Not last. I can't even say last year. 2.5 years ago, before they had even stopped the RFP. Myself, members of the coalition were on that call. I mean, I don't know if I was going to say names or not, but we were there. And we had a meeting with the chair of CB14. I'd never seen her before then. I didn't really know what Community 14 was. I didn't know what, I thought, I was like, community boards, we have that here? I thought that was something they did in the suburbs. Or at least, in them other parts of Brooklyn, not here. But, we met with her, and she said that we are welcome, the public, coalition, anyone is welcome to the meetings that they host. It's just a matter of, she didn't say this, but it's a matter of pressing your way. And I'm really suspicious of people who don't press their way but have a whole lot to say about a process. But you're not around all the time, and someone seems interested or might want to do like follow up, and then it gets shot down in the meeting. So it's whatever. But I reached out. I said, what's going on. And also because technically I'm like, it seems odd to me to hear people saying that they don't hear from the board, because I'm like, that's not my experience nor people I've spoken with. But it could also be like how it was with the council members' office. There was a point where I said that wasn't my experience, not hearing from her, until it very much became so. But I don't feel that the community board is doing the same thing. Um, as a reminder, the board's task force, this is going back to email, the board's task force was formed to ensure that the burial ground was transferred from HPD to a city agency with both capital project and programming responsibilities, and really to make sure it didn't fall through the cracks as the city council member was changing, borough president was changing, and mayor was changing. The task force co-chairs and members are not required or even expected to interact with community-based organizations that have various interests in a location, but the office has been making sure that as a liaison to city agencies, we are sharing information with appropriate city agencies. The development of the space is in the hands of Councilwoman and DPR, who have expressed a commitment to an outreach effort, and our office is always willing to facilitate agency to community communication. In fact, that's our charter mandated responsibility. However, the board is not an activist organization. We don't take positions that are not informed by community input, and the task force itself is not responsible for having a plan, but will act on behalf of the community and board. The task force has not had proactive meetings, but has been the liaison between the city and the community at the various steps in the process, when responsibility shifted from developing housing to memorializing graves of enslaved Africans, and again when DPR began to develop their process. I'll certainly talk to Joanne and the co-chairs about how to define a more current role for the board, but in the meantime, I hope this helps clarify some questions. So if anyone involved in the group, anyone in the community, or anyone participating in an event at or related to the burial ground has any questions, concerns, opinions, or ideas they'd like to share, please feel free to refer them to me. I'm happy to chat further. Sean. So Boss Lady spoke. I mean, and I'll be the first one to say I don't like the government. Politicians. And literally, interacting with the burial ground has done nothing but force me to have to navigate that entire field of I'll just navigate that entire field. And I'll say, for me, I found that I like the board that I'm on, and I'll say my experience has been very awesome in the sense that I get to learn daily from people who are truly invested in their communities and their neighborhoods, aren't afraid of not being liked, aren't afraid of doing what needs doing, and no, it's no me thing. It's no me thing. I've not had at least not from the people I've bumped into. I don't know. So thankfully. Um, so yeah, that's about it for Borough Ground updates. I want to mention the community board. I mentioned that July 29th, around 1 p.m. Saturday, I'll be out there. You're welcome to come July 15th, this Saturday, Grow House, and well, I mean, I don't know if it's the coalition itself, but because it's just saying Grow House. So, Grow House is going to be out there Saturday, July 15th. And yeah, I think I've got all the points that I want to touch upon. Do I know if I'm going to go to any more Descendant meetings? I'm leaning towards no. Like I mentioned earlier, all my own personal living experiences with members of each group, even with what's happening in the last couple of weeks, Yeah, good luck. Y'all are playing the game that you want to play in your lane. Do what you got to do there. And the people who want to do and get dirty and make noise and not just meet up and stuff, we're over here. And that's cool too. So there's that.